Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here. Today we're going to take a look at the exclusive Scooby-Doo 1/6 scale Luke Snowspeeder Pilot. I started this build about 4 weeks ago and just finished it today. So I went ahead and made some short videos on exactly how I did the diorama build and how I put together the figure. So if you have a few minutes, go ahead and check out these videos. Okay, so we're going to start on this new build. I'm going to start off with working with the base, which we have our shelf. And this time we're going to be working with mostly styrofoam. So first I want to go ahead and mark out areas where I'm going to be putting the moldicine. And I want to make that rock base. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. Okay, so I went ahead and used the knife and I sculpted out the rock areas. And then I went ahead and hot glued the styrofoam into place. And just note, when you're using hot glue on styrofoam, styrofoam does melt. So you don't want to use a lot of hot glue, just put a little bit down just to kind of hold it into place. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some rock facades around this styrofoam here. And what I'm going to be using is this. It's actually part of the backing. It's the same stuff that I used on the last diorama. It's this leftover backing that has like a rock type of look to it. So I'm going to cut off some of the front and then I'm going to hot glue it onto the different parts of the styrofoam. Alright, now that I've made a complete mess with all this styrofoam and stuff, I went ahead and hot glued a bunch of the pieces to the styrofoam. Again, when you're using the hot glue, just note it will melt the styrofoam, so don't put too much of it on there and give it a minute or two to dry. It really doesn't matter though too, you could probably do this loose, because we're going to be putting the moldicine on there and that'll also help it to adhere to the styrofoam. Alright, so I have all the moldicine down and it's drying. You'll notice I went ahead and put the snowspeeder on here. I'm going to let this dry, this snowpack that's going over the front of it. Now once it dries, I should be able to pull the snowspeeder out. If for some reason if I pull it out and this part breaks off, that's okay, because I'll be able to keep this piece, and once I paint everything, I'll be able to put it back into place. So we're going to go ahead and let this dry, and then once it dries, I'll pull this out, and then our next segment will be working on this snowspeeder and doing some black wash and some dry painting on it. Alright, so what are we going to do with the snowspeeder? Well, we're going to do the black wash. We're going to do some dry painting, white, black, maybe some chrome, because I want to get into the engine areas, detail them out. Gonna do some painting on the turrets, and probably add some snow as well. And we'll see what I can get out of all this. Okay, an update, I did some of the black wash. Now you can still go in here, you can wipe some of this off. But you can see here now how we got a lot more detail where the engines are. I added the decals. Have fun with that if you're buying one of these. Decals are so small, I had to use like tweezers to sit there. Now I'm going to still do some black wash inside of the cockpit, but I just wanted to show you what the vehicle looked like now with some video. Alright, I added some paint. Some detail into the engine area. And again, with the dry painting, I just use spray paint, and don't underestimate like using the white, because it will give you some great accents, not just the black. Again, this is just a regular cheap brush. White spray paint. It's good for doing like scratch marks, especially if you do like black and then add the white. You can see like here. Same thing where I just did the white there. Just focuses in. Come on, man, focus in.
This is why I don't really do the painting and stuff on camera, because I want to get it close. The camera doesn't focus in correctly. Now I'm still going to go back and I'm going to do a little bit more black wash. And then I'll clean up some of the areas, like if there was too much paint in one area. But see, now this is really bringing out that corner by just doing that little bit of white. And so when I do these paints, they're, you know, I buy them at Walmart. The cans are like 99 cents, and I could just keep spraying and spraying. And see, like here where it's black, I can highlight that now with some white. Ooh, I got a hair in there. Not a hair, but something on the brush. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing this for a while until I get the look that I want, and then I'm going to add some of that white spray paint, and I mean not paint it on, but I'm actually going to frost it on. And then we'll go ahead and get this up onto the diorama. You can see here again on the engine, see I did the black wash, and then I added some black paint, and then I came back with the white paint, so it kind of gives it a wear. See how it looks like it's kind of worn right there. And I'll do the same thing in here. Just adds a little bit to the vehicle. Makes it look like you spent a little bit more time on building your diorama, where it's really not that difficult to do. There you go. There's some more scratch marks. I'm just lightly doing this. Oops. There you go. I can even put some on the top of this chair right here, just to highlight the curve. Get some more paint. I'm running out. There we go. Alrighty then. I'm gonna put some on these back handles back here. See, just doing that couple little brush strokes, see now you can see the handles better. Alright, let me get this finished up. Alright, so I'm going to get started on the Luke Snowspeeder Pilot. I'm not really a figure builder. The only one that I've built so far was the Jedi Luke, which is right there. And since SideShow is making their Snowspeeder Pilot exclusive and making me pay over $300 is why I decided to do this. So really quickly, some of these items can be mixed together, or you could use other things, but since I had some of this stuff already, I'm going to use the gauntlets for the gloves. Came off the Captain Han Solo because he looks just fine without having the gauntlets. If I wanted to still add gauntlets, which I'll show you this right here, this is the Hasbro Luke Hoth figure. Got it for $6. I could always cut these off and put them on to Han Solo if I needed to, but I think he looks just fine the way it is. This is the other figure. This is the SideShow Luke, and with him I'm going to be using the helmet, which is right there. Again, showing you him not having a helmet doesn't really make the display look bad. However, I am going to be putting a substitute helmet on there in a few weeks, and I will do a video on that. And the rest of the stuff I used, again, this is the Hasbro Luke Hoth figure, and I used a narrow shoulder figure. This is a Hasbro X-Wing Pilot outfit, and it's an extra belt I had from an older SideShow Bespin Luke. So I'm going to put all this stuff together. There's a couple of things that I wasn't really sure on. Oh, also too, the boots. This also comes with this figure. You can use these, or again, I have some extra stuff from a Bespin SideShow. I might use these boots. I'm not sure. And too, like for the collar, I'm going to be cutting that off and spray painting it. I already did a test on there for the orange. So I'll be cutting this off and applying it to this jumpsuit. The only thing I was debating on is, because he does wear a jacket over his jumpsuit, I was thinking of possibly actually just cutting this and making this 2 pieces. So this part would actually be the jacket, and you wouldn't see his jumpsuit underneath the jacket because you don't see it. Haven't decided, but when I do it, I'll be doing it for all of us that are watching this video. Either it's going to come out well or I'm going to have to buy another jumpsuit. This jumpsuit actually works really well because it's kind of a brighter orange than the one from SideShow. Hold it to compare. You can see it's kind of a little bit shinier. So this actually looks more like the jacket that he was wearing in Hoth. So that actually works out well. Plus it's also a little bit larger because it was a Hasbro figure outfit. So it's going to be a little bit more loose and bulkier on him. So it'll give the appearance of a jacket as well. So I just wanted to show you the stuff that I started with. Now I'm going to start doing some cutting and cross my fingers everything comes out okay. If not, I'm going to have to start over. This why these videos sometimes are great, because I don't know what I'm doing either. I really don't. I just sometimes it's hit and miss. Alright, so that's what I'm using. If you have any questions or comments regarding this part of the video, leave them down below. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on it, and I just wanted to show you what I was using. Alright, this is the update on the build. I did go ahead and cut the top and bottom half. I didn't do that great a job of the cut, but it doesn't look that bad. And then I did use a little bit of hot glue just to hold the pants up and to keep the top half down. It's not that big a deal. I can turn around, you can see in the back. Now a lot of this is going to be covered up by the belt and the vest. And I still need to put some snow on them and weathering. I just wanted to show you what he looks like right now. And then for the vest, I told you I was going to be cutting the collar. And I was actually going to attach it to the jacket on top, but I came up with this idea, which is going to be much easier. I actually painted the collar, and then I just glued it to the inside of this vest, so it'll be really easy to just... I'll actually take his head off and I'll just slide this over and then put the head back on. We'll be good. And then I just need to attach this part and the belt and just tinker around with it a little bit, and then he'll be finished. And here's the completed Snowspeeder Luke. I think it came out awesome. I mean, considering I don't really like working with figures, I'm still going to weather him a bit, and I'll do that once I actually get him on the display. I'm going to add some snow onto his boots. But there he is. I can't believe I actually finished. I really did feel like I needed to build my own, because the SideShow exclusive that's coming out was going to cost me over $300. And I was a little upset that they were actually making it an exclusive to their website, so I didn't even have the opportunity maybe to use credits or bonus points from other toy stores where I also purchase figures, and that I would have to actually purchase it from them. So I think it came out well. I mean, I'm looking at it in person, and it looks awesome. I mean, it looks like a SideShow or Hot Toys figure, and it looks great on the diorama. We'll give it a little closer look. Now, from the other videos I showed you where I was building the Luke, I added some of the paint applications to his pants. Made him look a little bit dirtier. Then I attached him to the snow bank there. And you can see the finished Snowspeeder. Now the only thing left to do is actually put him on the wall. And I will show you that on my next video, because there is a second shelf that's going with this that now I have to start building. Oh, it's just never ending. Actually, it is going to be ending. I only have the next shelf and then one more, which is actually, if you take a look over there, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm starting the design for my Hot Toys Yoda figure that's going to be coming at the end of this year or the first of next year. So I have the shelf over there, and just in the concept phase right now, but we'll be working on that in the upcoming months. So there you go. If you have any questions or comments regarding anything you saw in this video today, feel free to leave them down below. As you know, I'll always try to get back to you and answer the questions. Don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And I shall talk to you guys later. Yay! I have my Snowspeeder Luke. Alright, I'm out.